Hello students, welcome to Sant Tukaram National Model School's YouTube channel and myself Mr. Abhilash Jadhav. Once again I welcome you to the 5th standard science where we are studying about two more natural disasters. One of it is the earthquake. We'll come to the tsunamis later on. So in the first part of the videos, my dear students, I have told you what is an earthquake. So if you remember it, I have told you that there is a movement or disturbance in the earth's surface. It is caused by the movements or vibrations within the earth. So whenever vibrations are caused or movements are caused, there will be the disturbance in the earth's surface, and this disturbance is nothing but the earthquake. Now my dear students, the question is, how do these earthquakes happen? So to let you know it in detail or in more convenient manner, I have prepared some PPT slides for you. With the help of these slides, let us explain how do the earthquakes happen. So dear students, as I said in the last part of the video itself, that the earth's surface, that is the outermost part of the earth or outermost layer of the earth is made up of is the crust. And this crust, you might think that it is made up of one solid piece, or it is one single piece of the rock. If you are thinking like that, you are on the wrong side. This crust is not made up of one single solid piece, and this I have told you already. If you can remember, I have told you that these the earth's crust has the huge masses of the rocks, and these huge masses of rocks are present in the form of the plates, and these plates are called as the tectonic plates. Here you can see the tectonic plates, for example. Okay, these kind of the plates are there. These are called as the tectonic plates, and there are the various plates are there. Not it is the earth's crust is not made up of one single tectonic plate. Several tectonic plates are there, and the thing which you should remember, one more thing, that is these tectonic plates are constantly moving. They move constantly. This is the one thing. Second thing is that, as I said, these plates move constantly. However, they do not move very fast. They don't move as like the vehicles. Their movement is limited. They move slowly, but they are constant. We can say they are steady, and constant movement is there in these tectonic plates. Now the question is, okay, we have understood that the earth's crust is made up of the various plates. These plates are called as the tectonic plates, and tectonic plates are constantly moving. So the question is that, when do the earthquakes happen? Earthquakes happen when a tectonic plate drags or bumps or scraps along each other. That means when these tectonic plates bump, that means they collide on each other. Sometimes they drag, they may move apart from each other, their edges may move apart from each other, and sometimes they may scrap, that means they may slide under each other, these plates. So three things can happen. They may collide, they may move away, or they may slide under each other. So whenever these things happen, while they are moving constantly. While their movement, they may collide, move away, or slide under each other. So when these tectonic plates are moving away from each other, the edges get stuck. Whenever this kind of the thing happen, their collision, their movement away from each other or sliding under each other, whenever this thing happen, the edges get stuck while the rest of the plates keeps on moving. The edges of the plates, they get stuck to each other, but the rest of the tectonic plate, it keeps on moving. So once the plates move far enough, the edges get released. So these edges get stuck, rest of the tectonic plates, part of the tectonic plates are moving. So when these plates, either they move far enough, or they may collide to each other, uh, they may come more closer to each other. At that time, these edges gets released, and this causes the formation of the waves, similar to the ripples in the ponds. When if you throw a stone in a silent water, so you'll find out no wave will be created, the ripples will be created. The same way, whenever these edges gets released, they creates or they forms the waves. These waves are called as the seismic waves. Okay, waves are released after the collision of two tectonic plates, or when these two tectonic plates move away from each other or they slide under each other. Whatever the waves are formed, these waves are called as the seismic waves. As I said, when we throw a piece of stone in a water, ripples are created. The same way, whenever two tectonic plates collide with each other, waves are created. Here in this picture you can see the waves are there. These waves are called as the seismic waves. Okay, these waves are called as the seismic waves. So what happens when these waves create? What happens? It is surprising to know that even though such earthquakes happen constantly, we do not feel them, because they are either too small or they are far below the surface of the earth. Okay, so wherever these seismic waves are formed, from that point these waves travels towards the surface of the earth. The plates have collided to each other under or well under or below the earth's surface. From there these waves travels towards the earth's surface, but sometimes these waves may not be strong enough, so there will be no disturbance in the surface of the earth, so we may not even feel the shaking of the earth. Okay, but sometimes these earthquakes are so powerful, that means the waves, whatever the waves have formed, these waves may be stronger enough that they can be felt 1,000 kilometers away from the point where these two plates have collided. I'll explain to you what do we call the where these two tectonic plates have collide to each other. What do we call that point where the earthquake has felt? What do we call that? I'll let you know. Okay, so wherever these two plates are collide with each other, from there the waves are generated or formed, and these waves travels towards the surface of the earth. If these waves, seismic waves, are strong enough, earthquake will be felt, and if they are not strong enough, we may not able to feel the earthquake, or even if we'll feel this earthquake do not cause any kind of the harm to the life and to the property. But whenever these seismic waves are stronger enough, the powerful earthquakes can be felt, and these powerful earthquakes can cause the another kind of the natural disasters like the tsunamis. If they happen under the water, they, because of that, the landslides also can happen. Okay, sometimes the floods also can happen because of these earthquakes only, and some other destructive events also can happen because of the powerful earthquakes. Okay, so as I promised, that what do we call the point where, or the location inside the earth where the earthquake has started, means these two tectonic plates, the edges of the tectonic plates have collided to each other. That place is called as the focus, or we can call it as the hypocenter. Here upside you can see this is the hypocenter. That means the location inside the earth's surface where actually the two plates, the edges of the two plates get stuck to each other. That is called as the hypocenter or the focus. From there the waves are generated or formed, that those waves are called as the seismic waves. And the region above the hypocenter means where the two plates have collided to each other on the earth's surface, the region on the surface of the earth where the earthquake starts. Okay, there is a center of point of center where the earthquake starts actually on the surface of the earth. It is not mandatory that wherever the hypocenter is there on exactly on the on upside there should be the epicenter. No, the hypocenter may be 1,000 kilometers away. The earthquake may be felt 100 or 200 or 500 kilometers away from the hypocenter. So wherever it is felt, there is the point of center, this point of center where this earthquake starts, or where the intensity of the earthquake is major. This center on the surface of the earth is called as the epicenter. So this is how the earthquakes happen. So in this video, we'll stop here. In the next part of the video, some more information about these earthquakes we will try to have. So we'll stop here. Thank you so much.